destination.
Bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand in the way. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Brad Rucker for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
It is the Buckeye Show. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Tito. Tim Hall is off. Had a kids concert to go to. Bodie, what's his kid play? Is it a trombone?
I have no idea.
He talked about it here yesterday. You don't remember?
Man, I got a lot going back
I got
on this side of the glass.
To my right. It's the only man to play a double overtime CFL game and then deliver a baby in the same night. DeVier Posey to my right. DeVier, how are you, my friend?
What's up, Tito? What's up, Columbus? To my people on the east side, north side, west side, south side, and inside the 270 limits. How you guys doing?
It is, okay, so there's been a lot of talk here at the station about you.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go. And I hope it's positive because I don't talk about anybody when I leave here. I love you guys.
No, you don't. Yes.
You guys are good guys, and I love being here in the limited time that I get to be here.
Okay. We've got a big show live today. We're getting this. We're going to hear from Coach Ryan Day. He was in studio today for a couple of different shows. He was in for part of Morning Juice and then part of Bishop and Friends. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about one conference is in a state of flux, and we'll see if it really is going to be okay. We got the College Football Pulse. I want to talk about Ohio State quarterbacks in the NFL, and also we'll do hashtag Buckeyes to close everything out. It's Tito, Bodie, DeVier with you for a full 2 hours tonight, 8 o'clock. And then tonight, after that, we've got the schedule release for the NFL. Is that on the FM side also there, Bodes?
Got on the money at 8 to 9.
And then
the AM is carrying the NFL
AM's carrying that. That's right. Yeah.
I thought about you when the schedule release came out.
Dude, you know me. Yeah.
I thought about you because you asked me who would I want.
Yep.
And I said, I think I would want KC in Baltimore.
And you nailed it.
Nailed it?
Yeah, you did. You nailed it. Can't wait for that. We got some other games being released out there. The Christmas Day games are out there.
Texans and
Ravens.
Texans and Ravens.
Chiefs at the Steelers.
Yes.
Now, my family, Steelers fans, okay?
That's the game you should go to, Tito.
Well, that's good. My wife says to me, that would be a great Christmas present, and I disagree.
Wait, what?
She's actually hinting around like, hey, let's buy tickets to that game. Let's find a way to get tickets to that game and go on Christmas Day to Pittsburgh, Kansas City.
And you're like, I want to go by myself.
No, I don't want to go at all.
I don't want to go at all. Oh, you like Christmas?
We got look, I've got a 10-year-old and my son will be 8 at that time.
Okay.
I can't see, first of all, I don't want to take all 4 of us out there because it could be crappy weather. So I don't want to pay for 4 tickets.
It's going to be crappy weather.
Right. Yeah. So, and then I can't see leaving my son and daughter for 6 hours on Christmas Day.
But do you ever watch Christmas games and be like, well, all these people are at the game on Christmas, so this is
I do watch it. Yes, yeah. I know. It's a big deal. I just don't. If my wife wants to go, we'll figure out. If she really says, because she's I hit it around, that'd be a great Christmas present. If she says to me, hey, I want to go, I'll make it happen somehow, whatever, I'll figure that out.
But what you don't want to do.
I really don't want to do it.
But what you don't want to do, Tino, is say, you don't want to go too far in.
Right.
And then set yourself up to get punted away.
Right.
Oh, so you don't care about Christmas. Right. You only care about the Steelers.
Right. Yes.
Don't get punted.
All right. So let's do this now. Tyvis and DeVier.
Oh, my Lord. I'm not doing it.
Don't. Okay. So what happened was I'm on the golf course on Monday.
Which course?
At around this time.
Oh, you had how'd the major go?
The major comes this Sunday. I was out there practicing. I was out there playing there. And I get a text on my phone. It was around 6:45. And it said, what did DeVier say on Sunday?
Wait, what?
That's all it said from Tim. Okay? Now, initially, my thought, because of some of my past transgressions, I thought, I don't think he said anything bad. I was like, did DeVier drop an F-bomb on the radio? I was like, I don't remember him doing it. So my first thing was, first I called him, didn't realize he was on the air, so I couldn't, he didn't. And then I said, I don't think DeVier said anything bad. What are you talking about? And then it was after I processed it, I said, okay, he's talking about the DeVier and Tyvis thing.
Wait, what did I say? What? It wasn't anything that was quotable. It was just,
You just said you're not going to do it.
I'm not doing it. I don't play football.
What I've been telling people is that you actually said something to the effect of, this is just paraphrasing, I'm not going to tear a hamstring over something like this. And you also said Tyvis saying he needs 2 months to get in shape or whatever was kind of BS.
You should be able to go right. You know what Anthony Schlegel says?
What's that?
He says gas station ready.
Gas station ready.
And he has this long tweet about what that means.
Right.
And it's like, you should be ready to go at the gas station.
Right.
Anytime you're pumping gas, you should be ready to whoop. You know what rhymes
that rhymes with gas.
So it's like, I'm gas station ready.
Okay, let me ask you, if it was right now today, would you do it?
Today?
Yes.
Well, I was going down the stairs and I kind of stubbed my toe the other day.
Okay.
So I might need like 2 days to let that kind of, it's kind of sore still.
See, but what I'm hearing, though, is that this is getting hyped up quite a bit. And it's not your fault it's getting hyped up. I'm just telling you.
I'm trying to turn the other cheek.
But that's just adding fuel to Tyvis's. Like, Tyvis is, I think Tyvis is saying that you're running away from this.
No, I'm I don't want to do karate on them. Like, I don't want to practice. Like I put that away. I put my Alejandro swords away. They're in my, I put the brake system away. The Ferrari brake system is in the garage. It's under the hood. I'm not going to bring out the stops on them.
Okay. I have talked about this with Baker. I've talked about it with Timmy. And
I don't know how I
too.
feel about how much you guys are talking about.
Let me tell you, listen, everybody that I've talked to, except for one person, is on Team DeVier that thinks you would do it. You would catch 2 out of 3 passes against him at least.
Yeah.
Okay. The only person I heard who was on Team Tyvis was T-Bone. T-Bone's on Team Tyvis. Even Common Man. Common Man is on Team DeVier as well. We all think that you would knock off the rust and be just fine against Tyvis.
You know what? T-Bone didn't say hi to me today, and I can feel his allegiance.
Yep. Oh yeah,
I can feel his allegiance. I know he's listening. I can feel your allegiance. He normally says hi to me today, but he's drew the line in the sand.
I love both you and Tyvis, and I've told Tyvis this. Look, nothing against you personally. I just think that DeVier would toast you. And I don't know, making the comments about him saying Cardale Jones is 300 pounds.
Why bring Cardale? I love Cardale.
Because we're talking about doing this at the charity softball game coming up. We're talking about doing this whole contest. Without your knowledge, we're talking about this behind the scenes at the charity softball game.
I'm bringing my kids and my wife out this year. I don't want to walk into a tornado. I do not want to get set up.
Hey, it could be worse if you're Cardale because his wife and kids would see him get embarrassed. Oh, my God. Here's Tyvis on Pro Day.
How do you think you displayed your hands today?
I ain't drop a ball. I started to go out there and one-handed because I know people be trying to play me sometimes. So, I just want to go out there and catch everything in sight. Didn't drop no money today.
Man, I've heard that clip too many times.
There's Tyvis.
Just heard it too many times, man.
So... There's a Seinfeld episode. I don't know if you were a Seinfeld guy or not.
Yeah, I used to watch Seinfeld. I didn't have cable, so it was always on around this time when I got home.
Seinfeld won a race with somebody back in high school. And 20 years later, at least, this guy bumps into Jerry and wants a rematch because he said that Jerry got off to a start earlier than he should have. Here was Jerry's response to that.
Why? I'll tell you why. Because I choose not to run.
That's your stance, right? You're choosing not to run.
I feel Jerry because it's like, okay, so the state championship.
Mm-hmm.
I stumbled my way into the state finals for the 400-meter dash from Cincinnati, Ohio, LaSalle. It's this guy, Thomas Murda. He's from, I think, Scioto at the time or Jerome. He's had the best time in the state all year. Right. And I'm just like building up to this time. I lose to him in prelims.
Right.
He has the better time going into the finals. I beat this guy in the state finals. Then he commits to Ohio State to run track. And Tito, he wins 4 years of the Big Ten title at the 400-meter dash.
No kidding.
And you know what? If he ever asked me in college, if he ever asked me now, race him again in the 400, I would take my one win, and it would just be that for history. Absolutely not. I beat you. I beat you one time. So, like, I feel Jerry Scheinfeld on that. Like, if you get that one win, yeah, and that's my – and I'll be candid. That's my one fear.
If you didn't –
because if Tyvis wins one rep, like, I don't want him to win a rep.
I know, but if you get 2 out of 3, that you're the winner.
No, but he's not – I don't want him to – it's a loss if he wins one. And I hope he hears that.
Bodie, you work with both these guys. Are you Team Tyvis or are you Team DeVier in this competition?
You don't have to say it.
If 340-pound Cardale Jones is throwing the passes, that's according to Tyvis.
Tyvis is kind of my guy, I'm not going to lie.
Right.
But I don't feel comfortable.
I love Tyvis, too. Okay, I love Tyvis.
That's good. Buddy, just go ahead and say it. It's all right.
I like DeVier, too. Yeah, there's no...
I think DeVier would beat him.
Listen, man.
I'd like to make my prediction closer to time.
But Tyvis, though, said he's going to lose the weight, and then he was eating Chick-fil-A yesterday.
That's the thing. I need to see Tyvis commit. So I'm not comfortable making a prediction yet, you know?
I don't think Tyvis, I just don't. It's been a while, Tyvis. No offense. Okay, no offense. How much younger are you than Tyvis?
I'm older than Tyvis.
Oh, my gosh, I can't believe that. That's a shock to me. I can't believe.
I'm 34 years old. He's 30.
I cannot believe DeVier Posey, looking young and fit, is actually older than Tyvis.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And I'm lighter than Tyvis.
Oh, well, of course you're lighter than Tyvis. We've seen Tyvis. Tyvis put the freshman 15 on a lot of years later.
And I'm actually big right now. Like, my boys, if they see me, they're like, yo, like, whoa, living good, bro.
Would Cardale be your choice for quarterback, or who would you have?
Absolutely.
He'd be your guy.
I have some rapport with Cardale. We have some rapport. Although our times have, weren't same. We didn't cross paths. He never threw me a pass in Ohio State jersey, but I have ran routes with him several times for about because I moved back to Columbus in 2020 and I was still playing. And so he was the first guy I contacted. So from 2020 to about 2022, we ran routes. And
is there a quarterback, let's just say in theory, let's just pretend you're going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 3 names of quarterbacks, former Ohio State quarterbacks, and you tell me if it would change your opinion of your chances of winning this.
Okay.
Craig Krenzel.
You going to give me other ones?
Steve Belisari.
Oh, man.
Steve Belisari.
Who else?
Then we'll go, who was the guy who competed with Terrell that started before Terrell did?
Joe Bauserman.
Joe Bauserman.
Oh,
okay. I give you any of those
Todd
3
Beckman.
guys.
Todd Beckman.
Todd Beckman. There's the other one, yes. Or Austin Mockerman. I give you any of those 4 guys. And by the way, they're all white. I get it. I'm just saying.
I would roll with Todd Beckman. He is severely underrated Ohio State quarterback. And here's why. Because Todd Beckman, he's only had 2 losses as a starter. You know that. Well, 3 losses as a starter.
Yeah. He lost game manager.
He lost to LSU.
Mm-hmm.
He lost to Illinois, Juice Williams.
Yep.
And he lost to Mark Sanchez, Brian Cushing, Clay Matthews, Taylor Mays.
Yep.
And besides that, the dude could handle a game. He could throw just about any ball. Wasn't that mobile.
Right.
But he's underrated as an Ohio State quarterback. And, his senior year pro potential kind of got sacrificed at the development for Terrell Pryor. Yeah.
So you'd roll with him. You'd be okay with that one.
Yeah, absolutely I would.
God, we got to make this happen.
No, we're not.
DeVier, it's going to keep rolling. But I'm just telling you, it might be out of your control. You may have to do it. You may have to do it.
Okay, if somebody sends me an HCH, I'll do it.
You will get.
Send it. I'll tell you. Routing number for Chase.
You will. I think you will. I think. Well, okay. What if it's for charity? What if we do a charity thing? What if you win, your charity gets this? If Tyvis wins, Tyvis charity gets this. Would you do it then? I'm putting you on the spot because you can't say no now. If you say no now, it looks really bad for your brand. Right. So would
for
you
my
do
brand?
It? Yes, your brand.
I'm okay
You've
with
got
it.
a brand.
I'm okay with negative publicity. It's all good.
That's fine. He's a villain now. He's Hulk Hogan going to the NWO. Coming up next, Ohio State head coach Ryan Day spent some time here in the studio today. We'll hear from him next. This is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube. Watch us live or on demand by searching 971 The Fan. Which fan host will awkwardly scratch their privates? Let's find out together. Find us on YouTube, The Fan.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy on it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Low Fiber Business is now in Ohio, and your business is our priority. Low Fiber delivers reliably fast, custom, and prepackaged internet plans to meet the growing needs of your business. And our dependable 24/7 personal support means your business stays connected. Low Fiber is here, and we mean business. Find out more at 833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today. Glow Fiber Business is not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Clouds and showers and a few storms on this Wednesday. Temperatures holding around 70 degrees. After a damp finish, the showers and storms out overnight will dry out with a bit of fog by Thursday morning. Temperatures running in the mid-50s. We'll see plenty of sunshine Thursday and a bit warmer with highs in the mid to upper 70s. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
All Buckeyes all the time. You're welcome. This is the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Buckeye Show, Tito DeVier with you. Thank you for tuning in. Bodie on the other side of the glass there. The Fans YouTube channel is live. Fans now on YouTube. Watch your favorite shows live. Check out the videos and YouTube shorts. So if you're on there live now, hello. I waved. I don't know if that's something we are doing. Are we doing that on the shows now? Do we wave and say hi to people there, Bodie, or we just...
I did see, I can't remember who did it earlier, but somebody did do it earlier, yeah. So you're not the first. I won't be the last.
Nope. Ryan Day was live in studio today for, I think, the last half hour of Morning Juice and the first half hour of Bishop and Friends. Might have been the first active Ohio State head coach to be live in studio with the Fan. I believe it was. And lots of great questions. If you didn't listen, go back and listen to the podcast if you want to hear the entire time he was on here. But there's a lot of good things that he said, interesting things he said. One of the things that surprised me, and this first one's from Bishop and Friends, but I was surprised that Ohio State was able to keep all 5 quarterbacks through the transfer portal ending. I thought at least 1, maybe 2 would leave.
Yep.
And Ryan Day is talking about this here now. His thoughts, again, Bishop and Friends, on having 5 quarterbacks.
I say this all the time to some of the elite players. I said, one of the recruiting pitches you're going to hear from other schools is don't go to Ohio State. They're loaded. Well, Marvin Harrison it didn't matter to him that there was 4 or 5 stars in that room, or the fact that, Travion embraced when Quinshawn came in, and Quinshawn came in knowing Travion was going to be here. But it's the same thing in that quarterback room. If you want to come to Ohio State, you're going to want to compete. Mm-hmm. And that's the way we do it in the offseason. That's the way we do it on the field. We want to compete at the highest level. The cool thing is you make it here, you make it anywhere.
That's right.
But I think what's most important about the quarterback room is that they have to feel like they're getting better, that they're getting developed, because that's just as important as anything as a quarterback. You can go to a lot of places. Maybe you can play, but are you really getting developed? I think these guys believe in that.
DeVier, were you surprised?
I'm sold. I'm committing, Ryan.
Right now you want to be coming back?
That was good.
That
was good.
Lucky to have him. And the way he spells that out that way. These guys, there is no better defense they're going to play against than the ones in practice, right?
Yeah, I think I bought that same pitch too.
Yeah. Who was a stud? Who were the studs when you came here? Who were the guys that were the upperclassmen that were already well established?
Malcolm Jenkins, Marcus Freeman, James Laurinaitis, Hardline, and Anderson Russell, Kurt Coleman.
Right.
Certified dogs.
See, you got better in practice. You practice against these guys. You get better.
I was crazy. I was stealing reps from Hardline. I was like, he's getting mad at me. I'm like cutting him in the line. He's like, what are you doing? But you got to respect it, though.
Here is Ryan Day talking about, and this is on Morning Juice now with Bobby Carpenter and Brandon Beam, how he kind of re-recruits current players, which is now the name of the game with the immediate eligibility if you transfer rule.
It starts in the recruiting, and then it continues through. And so even during spring practice, you have to communicate to these guys on where they stand. And you got to be, like, as you said, transparent. So there's no surprises. You're constantly talking to these guys, giving them feedback on where they stand, things that they're doing well, things they need to improve on, what they can expect going into next year. And I think now more than ever, you have to continually talk to these guys about where they stand. But I think as you look at this transfer portal window, most of the guys, would say, hey, we're here for a common purpose. We know what the goals are ahead of us. And there was a lot of bonding that happened, during the last couple of months, during the winter workouts, during spring practice. It's a good group right now.
It's amazing to me, the players that came back that have that, like you said, the common goal. They want to win a national. They want to beat Michigan first of all. And win a national championship. And with how much talent, I know Ohio State only had 4 guys drafted this year in the NFL draft, and only 1 in the first round. But that's not because of a lack of talent. It's just how many guys decided to stick around for another year to do this. And that's the part that, mad respect for Ryan Day and the whole coaching staff, really, with Jim Knowles and Chip Kelly and guys are involved in this, and Hartline being able to keep these guys in here that want to come back.
Yeah, legend has it happened in the locker room after the Michigan game. Mm-hmm. That Ryan was real open about, hey guys, let's do this. We gotta run this back, and it's something that we can't leave this unfinished business. So
right.
When you think about this group as a whole, just kind of zoom out, Tito. They lost to Michigan here,
right?
and then they still make it into the playoffs.
Right.
And they play Georgia so tight. I was at that game. And in that stadium, it did not feel like for a moment that it was any way we could lose that game for the whole game.
Sure.
Even when Marvin went down, you just felt like it was a game. Like, man, we beat them. Right? Like, it just felt like that. And they're close to going to a national championship and, obliterating TCU, right?
Which they would have, yes.
Yes. And then so that group and those guys are like, and then they come back again, and then you lose to the eventual national champion. So with that in mind, from the players, coaches' mindset, we're, 5 to 10 plays away from winning 2 back-to-back natties.
Right.
And that's so much more motivation than people realize, is that, not that those losses happen, but just, man, like I have this thing where, when I play in my adult league, or when I would play, in football games, I would just sit there for like 48 to 72 hours after games, Tito. I would just be like, damn.
You run it back in your,
I'd just be eating breakfast, making a smoothie.
Right.
Dang. Be looking in the mirror, brushing my teeth.
Right.
Dang.
That one play. Yeah,
and you're just thinking about these one play scenarios. Like, if you can kind of imagine what that would look like if that was taped. And I know how those guys feel. And just for them to all come back, to circle it back to just the recruiting process, it's like, Ryan had to remind them of those damn situations. Like, guys, like, you're going to be doing that for the rest of your life unless we fix this. So I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for that motivation. And just seeing the guys this spring, Tito, they look sharp. Oh, man, they look sharp.
They're on a mission.
They're on a mission, man.
They're on a mission. I want to hear more from Ryan Day. We'll do that next. Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
3 dudes who'll make you feel like the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah, we hornswoggled you good.
Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Common Man here. Let me tell you about my new friends, Sell for 1% Realtors. This is a new company for me. They were interested in working with me, so they went for a CAT scan. When that passed, I needed to meet the family to see what they were all about, if they were a good fit. And when I say meet the family, I mean it. Sell for 1% is totally family run right here in Columbus. The premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your house for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. And they do everything you'd expect from the 6% people. This is full service, not a discount service. Here's how they do it. Technology has made the realtor's job easier, from taking photos to signing documents on your phone, but their prices have remained the same, even though the realtor's not putting in the same time they used to. Sell for 1% passes the savings on to you because they know you're going to be impressed with the service and then tell people about it. On average, customers save over $10,000 in commissions. I didn't know about these guys 10 years ago. Don't be stupid like me and pay more than you have to. If you're selling, give my guys a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
When it comes to getting a new roof, are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Whether residential or commercial, Schottenstein Roofing meets the needs of every customer. From roof installation and repair to siding and gutters, you name it, we do it. Call Schottenstein Roofing, 614-321-8888 to schedule your free inspection today. Go to SchottensteinRoofing.com.
Have you heard? Skyline now has nachos with a layer of queso blanco under that amazing Skyline chili and cheese. Try them straight up or get the deluxe nachos with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and sour cream at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
With spring ball behind us, we're officially gearing up for the most anticipated football season ever. Excited? Nervous? Terrified to your very core? Think of us as your emotional safe space. Always your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Says who and or what? Those are the questions behind every eco guarantee. Other companies might promise same day this, guarantee that, and best in class every other thing. But just ask, says who? Says some announcer guy or cartoon character? You really want to take their word on it? Why not get your guarantees from the founder and owner of the company, me? Then there's or what. Too often, there's no promised make right, or it's a meaningless waived service fee. ECO doesn't even charge service fees, and our or what is always real. Last summer, we gave 277 families a $1,500 discount on their AC system when we missed our same-day deadline. That's a real deal make-right. I know, because I had to pay for it. We also delivered same-day replacement service and same-day repair for many hundreds of others, because Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians really will come through for you when you need us to. Says me, or we'll make it right.
At GetEco.com.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Bike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved. And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Where every segment is another Buckeye surprise. You've got the Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show, Tito DeVier, Bodie with you. Thank you so much for tuning in with us here till 8 o'clock. Then we've got On the Money after us. Over on the ESPN 1460 side, the schedule release for the NFL. And I'm just going to tell you this now. Okay, so if you're out, obviously you're listening, you're a big Buckeye fan. So thank you for all of that. You might even be a Buckeye goober. Okay, and there are Buckeye goobers out there. And I love them. This is not a criticism of them for living and dying with the scarlet and gray. I want all of you to know this now. I have worked with and talked to many former Buckeye football players. I've worked with Bobby Carpenter, obviously. I've AJ Hawk here and there. Spiels, DeVier, not Cardale, but Tyvis, Beanie Wells, all these guys. I'm telling you, no matter how much you think it affects your life when something goes bad for Ohio State sports, specifically football, the players carry it more than you know. DeVier just now broke it down for me, showed me a play from his career that still sticks with him.
No, it haunts me.
From many years ago against Iowa.
It's like I have a scar that's never healed. Me and my psychologist have talked about it.
Right.
It's just, it hurts you so much. And in terms of these guys, to bring it back to 2024, they're the most, that group on Olentangy is the most motivated group in all of Central Ohio, in all of the Midwest, in all of America, on the subject of Ohio State having a phenomenal season.
Yep.
Nobody else is more motivated.
Nope. Here is, and then Ryan Day talks about this now. This is from Morning Juice earlier today about, obviously this job, it's not 24/7, it's 25/8. Okay, that's what it is. Here's Ryan Day, though, talking about how he spends family time with his 3 kids.
RJ's going to be a sophomore, and he's busy with that. Did a little bit of track. The girls are doing a little basketball here, and a little bit of soccer. So got a chance to do some of that driving around a little bit here and there, and go to some of the games and see the craziness that is youth sports. But the best thing still is the lessons that are being learned out there. Just and some of the best lessons are when you go through a tough day and you got to peel yourself back up off the mat and you got to go to work the next day. But no, it's been good. It's going to be good to be around a little bit more, with the family this time of year. But it's still very busy.
Very busy.
Yeah.
His son RJ, quarterback, I believe, for DeSales.
Yeah, I got to see him play last year.
Did you guys call one of the games?
Yeah, called one of his games.
And I always wonder about that. Like, will he come to Ohio State? Will Ryan will he even want his son at Ohio State? He might not want to do that. McGuff's daughter transferred from She was playing at Belmont in basketball, and then she was transferring this year, and she went to Butler.
Yeah, Butler.
And I wonder how that works with the family dynamics. Here is Ryan Day talking about the football future of RJ, and this was on Morning Juice this morning.
Growing up, I wasn't sure if he would like football or not. There was a point where I didn't think he had any chance of being an athlete. And then we actually have some videos of it. We still laugh with the girls about it. But he's embraced it, and he just loves it. It's his life. And so because of that, I get an opportunity to be around some great people in the sport. And so more importantly, just try to expose him to different people and connections and see it from a different lens. He gets a chance to see what goes on at Ohio State. But to go down and visit at Clemson, visit South Carolina, Dabo and Shane both do an unbelievable job down there. And so just try to get him around great people, as we know that this game of football, and it's our job to make sure we continue with the next generation, respecting the sport and continuing those relationships.
Incredible opportunity, incredible advantage. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the praise, RJ does. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's an incredible advantage, though, to have to grow up in that environment that he's growing up in. And to do this. I mean, I'm sure he looks, and you said you saw him play last year. I'm sure he looks more polished than most freshmen do.
I hope we have it at sales game because I would love to see his, maturation over a year. Mm-hmm. But the thing I thought that he did, and I don't recruit kids, so I can't tell you what level of D1 he'll play at, but I know he has some D1 offers, and I see why. He showed moxie, great feet in the pocket. The thing that I thought he did better than anything was decision-making. As a freshman, I thought he didn't press. And it was a tight game versus Bishop Reedy. It was a real tight game. And I thought that he didn't press in that situation. And they were down. I think they ended up losing like a tight one. But I thought that he threw the ball away when he needed to throw it away. I thought that he pumped and tucked the ball when he needed to. I thought he hit his receivers in progression. And I was like, hey, I kind of know RJ. I met him before on the Buckeye cruise, and I'm like, I didn't know he had a game like that. Yeah.
How big is he? Is he?
I'm not sure how big he is. I think he's right under 6 foot.
Right.
But he's still growing. I mean, he was a freshman on varsity.
Right. It's amazing. I know. Yes. The fact you're a freshman on varsity and you're
that's crazy.
Yes.
I didn't play varsity till junior year.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah. I thought he did good last year.
Here's Ryan Day also. And this is the thing that always fascinates me talking about this stuff, though, is with the NIL and how complex the rules are about NIL. Here's Ryan Day talking about the new rules regarding name, image, likeness.
When Ohio Stadium was built, it was just interesting to me really researching how, there was wooden bleachers. But when Chick Harley came, everything changed. And then Thomas French and Lynn St. John came in and said, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to build a stadium of like over 60,000 people. Everybody thought it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on with college football? Like it's insane. Well, that was 100 years ago. And the money that they raised wasn't from the university. It wasn't from the state of Ohio. It was from the people of Ohio that raised the money, over $1 million, to build a stadium. And, some people say that it was built in the horseshoe as a magnet to draw people to Columbus. Well, it did that. Here we are today, 100 years later, in a moment where we're thinking, wow, what's going on with college football? And, the people of Ohio, the people of Buckeye Nation have helped support what's going on with our NIL efforts. And because of that, we've had a lot of success here in the last few months. But as we move forward, the unknown of what's going on next. And so this House case is really going to be interesting to see how it shakes out the next couple of weeks because, the revenue sharing is a big part of the conversation. And if there's a set amount of money that's going to be set apart for revenue sharing, that certainly will be the next step in terms of hopefully streamlining how this works.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it's like to have to try to control this, with all the different, the different groups involved, the different NIL groups that are involved, and trying to, when you got players that are asking for a certain amount of money, or Ohio State's collectives being able to offer this amount of money, and guys staying or leaving or coming here or whatever because of that money, it is such another layer of this that is off the field, but very much on the field too.
That was an interesting little snippet right there. One, I didn't know that the shape of the horseshoe was to draw people to Columbus.
Yeah.
See
this thing.
It represents a magnet, a horseshoe magnet.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And most horseshoe magnets that I've seen are red and gray.
That's very true. Also, now that you mentioned that, I didn't think about that either.
So that blew me right there.
Right.
And then another thing, revenue sharing.
Right.
Right. So going off of what Urban Meyer's comments were last year, Like this whole thing is considered cheating, or this whole thing is not what it was intended for. The revenue sharing is interesting because although I think that still happens,
right,
I still think this model of NIL doesn't go anywhere.
I see it also, yeah.
Because it's just like from a business standpoint, nonprofits, for-profits, shell companies, marketing gigs, appearances, that stuff is still there.
Right. Yeah.
And that's not going anywhere.
No. Not at all.
But to get the set amount number for like Title IX and, those things, I think that would be great. Right. But I still think the same model stays.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Coming up next, one conference in the state of flux, and they're doing the whole all is fine line. Is it? We'll do that next. This is the Buckeye Show. Tito DeVier and Bodie on the Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Since 1897, the Byers Auto family of dealerships has been serving Central Ohio's transportation needs. When we first opened our doors, our vehicles were fueled by oats and hay, required saddles, not seatbelts, and had shoes instead of tires. Over 120 years later, Byers Auto is still family-owned and operated. Our goal is to provide the best selection, price, and service in Central Ohio. And it's all on one website, buyersauto.com.
Come see why it's better to buy from Byers.
Byers Auto is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways.
Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy.
Join in as little as 5 seconds.
Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives.
It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
The Memorial is coming, and we'll be there, and you'll be there, and we'll all be, you get the point. The Fan is broadcasting live from the Memorial.
Sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One.
The Fan.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply. Greener, greener, better.
The standing room only, with all eyes on the 18th green.
There was some speed to this.
The sudden roars.
Gauged it just right.
That Sunday celebration.
From Oslo to Ohio, Victor Hovland is the champion.
It's better live. Join us at the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday, June 3rd through 9th. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Welcome to the plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Bobby Carver, and it's springtime. And you know what that means? It means berry season, the fresh, delicious berries, and there's no better place to get them than, you guessed it, Bob Evans and their delicious farmhouse kitchen. They have a number of berry salads there that you're going to love. The summer berry salad, which I love, the red, white, and blueberry farmer's choice. And you know what's fantastic? Start at $6.99 with that red, white, and blueberry hotcakes. Who doesn't love that? With the delicious toppings. They've got them for dine-in, carry-out, delivery. Check them out at bobevans.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Sears Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Where Timmy Hall can start swooning over Aaron Kraft any second. It's the Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show, Tito DeVier, Bodie with you till 8 o'clock tonight. Thank you for tuning in. So the ACC had their conference meetings, and it was down in Florida. Florida State, Clemson were both there, and I guess fully engaged in these meetings. But Florida State, Clemson both have lawsuits against the ACC against them as well, about the league's withdrawal penalty and about the grant of rights, as Florida State and Clemson are looking either to get out or get a bigger share of the pie. So, what I think is going to happen, DeVier, when this is all said and done, and by the way, the ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips said that you have to be optimistic. You work through these things. I don't know where it's going to go, but I'll continue to remain optimistic about our league. I don't want it to change until somebody else tells me differently. Am I going to fight and protect the ACC? Absolutely. I have to do that. That's my responsibility. So we'll see where it goes. That was on ESPN.com. I just feel like, DeVier, 10 years from now, you will the big schools in the Big Ten, as far as football goes, need to and will kick some schools to the curb. There's no reason Northwestern makes as much as Ohio State does.
Well, let me ask you.
Yeah.
You keep it Northwestern or Rutgers?
No. Neither one. I get rid of Northwestern, Rutgers, Purdue, Illinois.
Has Penn State won a Big Ten championship in the Big Ten game era?
I don't think they've won a Big Ten championship in the Big Ten championship game era. I don't believe they have. But they're still a bigger brand.
Penn State, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Wisconsin the year that.
Oh, that's right.
They beat
Saquon?
I don't.
The year that they beat Ohio State on that crazy ending with the blocked field goal.
Right.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Saquon might have been on that team. I don't know if he was
Saquon.
Right,
yeah.
But yeah, they beat Wisconsin in the championship game that season.
But I just think and that's common sense to me. I'm not talking about basketball or any other sport. I'm just talking to the football world. There is no way that Vanderbilt should get as much as Georgia and Alabama. There's no way Northwestern and Rutgers and even Maryland, they're riding the coattails of Ohio State and Michigan and Penn State.
Well, I see the give and take.
Okay.
I see the Vanderbilt shouldn't have as much as Georgia, Florida, and Northwestern shouldn't have as much as Ohio State. But Tito, they raised that GPA for the league.
Now listen.
They bring the academic standards,
which is fine for every other sport, but this is not.
This isn't school.
This isn't school. Cardale.
Cardale.
Yeah.
Here we go.
He can replay school. I'm just saying, with how much money's being thrown around here, there is no, Ohio State should not, and Michigan should not get the same amount as Rutgers.
Well, at that time that this model was in there, before money became the motivation, when it was still academics, you had to think it in that mindset, Tito. You have to have schools where academics are what keep them in the league, and they better the league because of their academic standards. And schools like Vanderbilt and Northwestern, they do that.
That's archaic thinking now, though, I think.
I mean, now, since NIL and transfer portals have, absolutely, yeah. But at the time, it was in place.
Absolutely. And I get that. And it used to be that we were under the impression it was amateurism. It's not. It is. College football is no longer at the highest level of amateur sport.
We're out of the matrix now.
It's done, yes.
Yeah.
And so I fully expect, like I said, within 10 years, I don't see Northwestern and Ohio State getting the same cut of the pie. I don't see Kentucky football and Alabama getting the same cut of the pie. I don't see Pitt and Clemson getting the same cut. I think there'll be changes somewhere. Either there'll be more money given to schools like Florida State and Clemson, like they're trying to get, more money to Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Oregon, USC, than Minnesota in the Big Ten. I think there'll be some kind of change in that. And I don't know if it means kicking schools out of the conference to just get to a 40-team league in college football with all the big boys in it, or if it will be a thing where it's just a different distribution of money. But it just doesn't make sense to me. I have never, as a college football fan, I have never cared about the academics with the schools. I've never said, boy, I tell you, we beat Northwestern 70-6 at Ohio State, but man, they've got some great business school people. It doesn't matter to me. None of that. They've never shown a college football game in prime time because both schools have 3.8 GPAs on their football teams. Doesn't happen.
I mean, yeah, no, I get it. But it's like you're saying, it's an old business model.
Yeah,
it's an older business model. So with this Florida State, ACC, Clemson,
right, they won out.
Do you feel like in those 5 years we'll be reminiscing on the good old ACC days, like how I reminisce on the Big East basketball days?
I don't think so with the ACC. I don't see, because I don't feel like, look, the Big East was such a brand and it was such a culture of that basketball, right? Yeah. I don't think we have that in the ACC. With how much the changes they made, things like that, it used to be
the old ACC, like late 90s, early 2000 ACC was legit.
It was, yes.
Miami, Florida State.
And they're adding like SMU and now and Stanford and Cal. It's not the same culture as it used to be. And so the Big East, like we know that we knew the way ESPN branded it too was great. And they had the big Monday with the ACC, with the Big East games and all of that.
Oh, yeah,
and
so great.
And the way those teams with Georgetown, the way they came up, Villanova, St. John's, the way they beat the hell out of each other. Connecticut,
Syracuse.
Yes. Oh God, Cuse, yes.
Yeah.
The way those teams, in the style of play they had, it was distinctly ACC, distinctly Big East basketball. I don't know what ACC football is. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I don't. You tell me what. I mean, it's
the Peter Ward, Mike Vicks.
Yeah, right.
And Miami Hurricanes of the day.
Right. Yeah. So it's not the same for me in that regard. But I just think that it's inevitable with how much money that these schools are having to raise for NIL. And if you can put more money into the big schools, they're going to do it. First of all, it's the gap between the haves and the have-nots is going to keep expanding.
It's going to.
Yeah. There's no way. There's no, like, with the new Big Ten and with the new NIL stuff going on, we will never see Northwestern, Minnesota, Purdue, Rutgers, Maryland, maybe even Iowa, ever win a Big Ten championship. There's no way I think any of those schools will ever be able to win a Big Ten championship.
With no sides, just pure record.
Yeah, with the record, there's the top two teams in the conference. The way those other schools I mentioned sometimes got to compete in the Big Ten championships because their side was so damn weak.
Yep.
And they can't do it now. And they won't be good enough. They won't spend enough money. They won't have good enough players to do it. You could do it before when it was, granted, some teams paid people under the table, whatever. There was some stuff that went on. But you could still, it was a much more even playing field 5 years ago, 10 years ago, than it's going to be going forward 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Oh, man. I can't see those schools ever competing for a Big Ten championship in football. I don't see it.
So, but do they get into the playoffs?
If they do, it will be one of those miracle seasons if they get in, because most years, let's say the Big Ten gets 3 in most years. You got to believe it's going to be some combination of Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, USC, Oregon. Washington, maybe. But by and large, there will be those teams in there. Maybe UCLA if they can get it going. But I just think it's some combination of those schools, which is why I think, you say it was the Big 2 and Little 8 in the Big 10 for years. It was Ohio State and Michigan. Every year, they were both undefeated or one loss coming in to play each other to see who goes to the Rose Bowl. Used to be Big 2 and Little 8. Now it's like a Big 5 or 6 and a Little 12. That's where it is going forward, I think.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, top of the hour, and we'll hit you next. Bodie will shine as we do the College Football Pulse. We'll do that next. Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Here's a listener tweet. Can I tase Common Man in the nuts? Fine by us, but he may like it. Common Man and Tebow.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 residential spring AC checkup. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to prepare you for spring and summer. Check out Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric at carpentercolumbus.com.
It's good to drive Honda and save thousands with low 1.9% financing. All your favorite Honda models are in stock. Save big on cars, SUVs, and trucks, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. It's a good time to search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer N7824.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you can lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. In baseball, the Reds fell to the Diamondbacks in Arizona earlier today, 2-1. Cincinnati has now lost 4 of their last 5 games. They'll begin a 4-game set in L.A. tomorrow night against the Dodgers. In about an hour, the Guardians go for a 4th win in a row and the 3-game sweep over the Rangers. First pitch in Arlington is at 8:05. Carlos Carrasco is on the mound for Cleveland. A pair of Game 5s in the NBA playoffs tonight. The Cavs and Celtics are just about to tip off right now up in Boston. The Celtics lead the series 3-1. Then at 9:30, the Thunder host the Mavericks in Oklahoma City. That series is even at 2 games apiece. In soccer tonight, the Crew are on the road against Montreal. Kickoff is at the bottom of the hour here at 7:30. And in college football, we learned today that Ohio State's road game against Northwestern this fall will be played at Wrigley Field. That game will be on November 16th. Northwestern's new football stadium is expected to open in about 2 years in 2026. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric?
Yep.
Call a carpenter.
Sorry. Shark always says yep when they play that on Morning Juice, so I did it. You heard his voice there on the Sports Center update at the top of the hour. And now, Bodie, why don't you hit us with the college football pulse?
All right, guys. As sure of a sign, if I could say that.
There we go. There we go.
As sure of a sign as any that we are sort of inching our way closer to the season. So we're starting to get some kickoff times and some, what do you want to call it? Television scheduling,
yes,
I guess.
There we go.
We'll
yes.
call it,
there we go.
for some of the early season games and even the bigger games. We found out not too long ago, Ohio State and Michigan going to kick off at noon on Fox. That's no surprise at all because that happens basically every year. Yep. A handful of other games that we got so far here earlier this week. This is week one. This is a triple header on ABC, a pretty good one in week 1, too. Clemson and Georgia will kick off at noon in Atlanta because, of course, the SEC doesn't play road games.
No,
they play
they
neutral
don't.
site games. At least for Clemson, that one's actually pretty close to them, too. Miami at Florida will kick off at 3:30. And then the game that already has me nauseous to just unbelievable levels, considering we're still 3+ months out from kickoff. Notre Dame at Texas A&M will be a 7:30 kickoff on Saturday night. On Sunday night for week 1, USC against LSU on Sunday night at 7:30. Hopefully both teams can find a way to lose that one. Southern Cal's at Michigan at 3:30 on CBS on September 21st. That would be week 3 there, I think, if my math is correct. So that'll be a pretty fun game. A Big Ten battle. Still hard to wrap your head around a little bit, I think.
Yep.
And then also, just for whatever it's worth, CBS will also have the Big Ten championship game. Still an 8 o'clock kick, which it has been as far back as I can remember. That'll be on December 7th this year. But CBS, it's been on Fox the last however many years that I can remember off the top of my head. And that'll move to CBS this year.
Going to be weird. For me, the biggest change is going to be knowing the stations to go to. I knew where to go all the time.
Yeah.
When I was watching the football, with the college football games, where I was going to go to find where Ohio State was going to be, and then where the next one to go to. I usually avoided the SEC and CBS. I was doing the other sports there, so it'll be different this year. But I'm telling you, football season can't get here fast enough for me, DeVier. I know my kids I've got 7 school days left, maybe the 6 now, maybe 6 now. 6 school days left, and I know summer's fun and wonderful and all those things, but if you could drop me right now into like late August, I would take it.
Just right at the peak. You don't want to be at like October right now.
I'd start with August. I can't wait for these first wave of games when we're not sure what some of these teams, like the A&M Notre Dame game Bodie's talking about, with the changes at A&M and Notre Dame, because I've said it before, I'll say it again. College football is better if Notre Dame is very relevant. If they're relevant, it's better for college football. Right, yes. It's better, though. Yeah. When the Blue Bloods, when Texas is really good, it's better. I hope USC and UCLA get really relevant, both of them, again. Those things. So, get me to the start of the season, DeVier.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Just some of those matchups, man. Just seeing those West Coast teams just competing in the Big Ten. I'm just ready for the first West Coast cold game. I just want to see USC playing cold rain.
Yeah.
I just want to see it.
Yep. See USC at Ohio State in November.
Just want to see it.
Yeah. I can't wait for that also.
Rig the weather machine.
And then when you get to the playoff and you've got teams hosting playoff games in December and watching a school like, Alabama or Florida State have to play at Happy Valley or something, or in South Bend. Because we know South Bend's got to host a game because they can't get a bye, right, Bodie?
That's correct. Yep.
They don't belong to a conference. Best they could do, they could be number 1 in the country, undefeated, and they'd be the 5 seed. Not good business. With that. Not good business by South Bend and Notre Dame.
Oh, I disagree.
You think it was smart to do it that way? Not to fight more?
They didn't have a choice, obviously.
Well, they could have fought for it more.
They could have, but they were
on the committee
fighting up a hill, obviously.
I know, they were. Absolutely
I just think, I completely disagree when Notre Dame fans get upset by it, because if they're in that situation,
right?
And this is like Notre Dame having to be probably 12-0, right? 11-1, 10-2. They can still get into the 12-team field, but you can't argue that they would be in the top 4,
right?
But if they go 12-0, God willing, they would have they'd be the 5th seed almost for sure. I would have to imagine.
It'd have to be, yes.
And now you're playing the 12th seed, which is probably the Group of 5 champion at home.
At home.
I mean, not going to call it a layup, but that's a pretty favorable matchup. Right. And then you get to play the 4th seed if you win that game, and that would be either the ACC or Big 12 winner. Most likely, you would imagine the Big 10 or SEC get the top 2. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a pretty favorable matchup. They're never going to play on conference championship weekend.
Right.
I mean, you could have the Ohio States, Georgias, Alabamas play on that weekend, and if they win, they get the bye. But if they lose, you're playing an extra game that Notre Dame never had to play.
That's true.
So,
rough life, Notre Dame.
They still, they quote unquote got screwed, and I think they still made out pretty well in this new format. And frankly, 9 years from now, I think there's going to be just a whole new here's 40 to 45 teams of. The whatever they want to call it. It's not going to be the Power One, I guess. Right. Or maybe it will. I don't know. But I think they'll be a part of that and whatnot. So
it'll be like the Home Depot Power Conference.
Yes. And then the lower one is going to be Lowe's or something.
Right. Yes. There you go. Right. The Lowe's.
It'll be sponsored because anything that they can get some more money out of, they're definitely going to do that. Next up here, this one comes from 24/7 Sports. I have the entire list. Won't read all of it, but if you guys want anybody else on the list, I can give it to you. College football's most impressive facilities. This is according to, like I said, 24/7 Sports. A top 30 rankings. Don't know why they went all the way to 30, but nevertheless, the top 5 in order: Oregon, Alabama, Georgia, Texas A&M, and Clemson. OSU's number 7, so just outside the top 5 there. Got a handful of Big Ten teams in here. Nebraska's number 8. They're probably one of the higher teams that kind of maybe hasn't won as well as their facilities seem to be, I guess, if they are number 8, but nevertheless. Next up, Northwestern's number 12, another school who they are not the 12th best team in the country, but they got, I guess, the 12th best facilities. Maryland is number 16, Michigan's number 18, Illinois number 22, Southern Cal's number 29, and Penn State rounds it all out at number 30.
So, isn't there, and I've heard other former Buckeye players talk about this, the Woodies due for a big-time upgrade, right?
Absolutely. So I got recruited at Ohio State in 2008. The weight room for the national championship versus Florida was on the indoor because they were renovating the Woody.
Okay.
So when I took my visit, they were like, this is where your meeting rooms will be. It was just plastic and concrete everywhere, dust everywhere. And I was like, I don't even care. I'm coming.
Right.
So it's time. And that was back then. And so... But on this, Bodie, though, have you ever seen glimpses of Oregon's facility?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it, on Twitter. It's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous.
They have the wood. It's wood everywhere. It's
like Phil Knight and Nike said, "We love Oregon."
Oh my gosh! Yeah, we won't get close to that, but that place is sick. I want to go to the game this year just to see their facility.
So. Oh, at the Woody, I didn't realize this. They've got a golf simulator.
Yeah, man. I think it's crazy. They got a golf simulator. They have a barbershop in there.
Yeah. So wait, a barbershop. So you show there's a barber working there during the day.
There's a barbershop in the Woody.
Is there a barber that's staff, somebody who's there every day to cut hair if he wants to?
I don't know. I don't know the schedule. But I'm pretty sure there's a place.
Probably a 9 to 5 type.
So 9 to 5 kind of guy there all the time.
I would guess. I have no idea.
There's a place to get your hair cut in there.
Yes.
This is what I'm saying. They got a basketball court. They have, every modality, for recovery in there.
It said sleep pods.
Sleep pods.
What the hell's a sleep pod? Is that just
those are the hyperbaric chamber type of things.
They've got sleep pods. You can just go in there.
Yeah, it's cool. The food. Wow.
Yeah,
the food is crazy.
As a former player?
Yeah.
Can you go in there anytime you want?
I mean, I don't know if it's anytime I want, but yeah, we can go over there. We can go. We can have.
Now you just said we there, Bodie, which means he and I could go. Is what he said. I took that as a we can go.
I'm saying we as for former players. If you have a reason to be there, but
right.
Most guys unless you're Bobby Carpenter, you're not gonna go over there every day.
Right. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, but you could if you decide I want to go there tonight and use the golf simulator, could you?
I mean, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
When I leave here.
Yeah.
I want to be as far away from the Woody as possible. I don't want to go to Woody and do a golf simulator. Right. I golfed today.
Where'd you play today?
I got out there to Turnberry. It was a little hour of no rain.
Right.
And so I got out there, and the starter, he listens to us. He's listening right now.
Oh, is he really?
That's my guy, man. He's a good dude. Yeah.
I was out of Turnberry recently. Played out there.
Really?
Course in good shape.
It's honestly, it's my practice course.
Yeah.
It's close to my house. I can get over there. You know, I kind of got a good rapport with the guys over there. Right. I don't like to play with people there.
Right.
Because I feel like if you beat me at that course, like I'm not getting better because I practice here.
I played out there. The first time I played Turnberry with two buddies of mine, and there was a guy out there they paired us up with. It was Michael Wiley. Old number 5.
He's a good time.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun out there. But I love Turnberry. Raymond's my favorite city course, but Turnberry's also good. But Raymond's where we're playing this weekend, but I love it, though.
I played bent grass, too.
Yeah?
It was my first time going over there in Canal.
Yeah?
I was impressed.
What do you got next for us, Bodie? I'm sorry, we got off on a tangent.
No, that's fine. You guys are good. I know. I enjoyed the conversation. Last one here real quick. Speaking of schedules, as we were talking about a second ago a little bit, North Carolina State and Virginia announced today that they will be playing a home-and-home non-conference set of games in 2025 and 26. Both teams, of course, are in the ACC, but this will be a non-conference matchup for both of them. Wake Forest, excuse me.
It's time to change.
Wake Forest and North Carolina just did this a few years ago in 2019 and 2021. I wonder if this could be something that will continue to happen just because these conferences are so big. Right. I mean, Ohio State's not going to play USC, but every couple of years or whatever. Could it get to a point to where it's like, hey, we'll play them in a home-and-home or maybe even a neutral site and call it a non-conference matchup?
I would rather have that than these games and get like this year. When they got Marshall, Western Michigan,
Akron, yeah.
I would much rather have a game against a school in the Big Ten count as a non-conference. I like the fact that with the changes they've had, I like the fact they're easing into the meat of the schedule. But in most years, though, give me another marquee game against a team that we're playing that's in the Big Ten that's not a Big Ten game. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, man. I'm not on board with easing into the meat, Tito. I would rather these guys play all the money on the table, right. How much money these guys are getting paid, beef it up from game one
right
to the national championship. Just like how we're talking about the NFL start of the season.
Right.
Why aren't we playing? Let's just play. Let's just play against the best teams. And let's just go that route.
DeVier, every other year I would say yes. Every other year, because look, you can lose 2 games and 3 games in some case, still get into the playoff, right? You'll still be able to do that. But
with the expanded playoffs, it doesn't matter as much anymore.
But just now though, because of what we've had happen with Ohio State football the last couple of years, and I want nothing to go wrong this year. A new quarterback's in there. That's the part that concerns me. Is just I'm okay with easing into it this year. Any other year, I would say the hell with it. Give me a marquee game. Give me A&M. Give me Notre Dame. Whatever. Early on, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying this year, and I think a lot of Buckeye fans might feel this way also because of the PTSD we've had the last couple of years with the Michigan game and with what happened against Georgia and all those things, the Missouri game last year. I think that I just want to see Ohio State. I want to see what they can do early on before it gets to the Oregon game. And Iowa, isn't Iowa before Oregon this year, Bodie?
I could not.
You've got it memorized.
I do not.
I don't know. I don't want to curb my predictions.
I know Oregon.
I don't want to confirm my predictions. I know these guys can play.
Yeah.
I know these guys can ball. And with all of the money on the table, all they're getting paid, how much let's play meaningful games.
Yeah.
We should be playing against Northwestern week 1. We should
they
played
Indiana to start off the season a couple years there. They played Minnesota the one year. Damn near lost the Minnesota game.
Absolutely.
I can't remember what the running back was, but
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim. That's right.
Yeah.
He had a lot of success before he got hurt. That game could have gone much differently.
Yep.
Ohio State could lose 2 or 3 and still get in the playoff. But I want to see this year, and I want to see both, or at least 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 quarterbacks get reps in these first few games and see Ohio State take care of business in these home games before they get into the Iowa game and then at Oregon, which I can't wait for that game. They'll both be top 3 teams, I think, when Ohio State plays Oregon.
Yeah, I hope we expose Dylan Gabriel. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback as everybody thinks he is.
Coming up next, I want to have a serious discussion about Ohio State quarterbacks in the NFL. Who's the most successful ever? We'll talk about that next. This is The Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
The only radio station still operating with an active booze cart. I'm drunk right now. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through October 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Sometimes you just need a little time for you. Or better yet, you and a pizza. Like a delicious Donato's cauliflower crust pizza. A golden, crispy crust loaded with your choice of toppings. Or get any Donato's signature pizza on cauliflower crust. Like chicken spinach mozzarella. Create your perfect cauliflower crust escape today and get $3 off any order of $15 or more using promo code PIZZA. Order now at Donatos.com. Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Bike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit Coda.com/transit app to learn more.
The Fan is your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're not. You can't say that. Take two.
The Fan is your home of the Buckeyes. Yes, that's right. Same thing, but more playoff success. Now give Big Voice Guy another brandy. Thank you. The Fan.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SAVVY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text SAVVY to 42424. That's SAVVY to 42424.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy skies, showers, and a few rumbles of thunder on this Wednesday. Temperatures holding around 70 degrees. Wet weather out. Mostly cloudy skies continue into your Thursday morning, but at least will be dry. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Light winds, fair skies, and warmer on Thursday with highs in the mid to upper 70s. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Brace yourselves for more Buckeye banter. This is the Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show, Tito DeVier, Bodie with you. Thank you for tuning in. We talked about the Ohio State schedule earlier. I want to make sure I just get this out there. If you're not aware, if you don't memorize, Bodie's got it memorized, but if you don't have it memorized, They open up Saturday, August 31st. Home against Akron, home against Western Michigan the following week. Then they have an off week, which is important to prepare for Marshall, I guess, at home on September 21st. At Michigan State the following week. Then they host Iowa before they travel to Oregon. Then the second bye week. Everyone's getting 2 bye weeks this year because the season, week 1 is in August 31st. Week 0 is August 24th. Then Ohio State hosts Nebraska. Dylan Raiola, who committed to Ohio State and talked about how important it was for him to come to Ohio State and started recruiting other guys, then transferred, then withdrew that and went to Georgia, and then withdrew that and ended up in Nebraska. Tate Martell, party of one. Your table is now available. At Penn State the following week, host Purdue, playing Northwestern November 16th at Wrigley Field.
That's going to be cool.
That should be cool. That's a game I'd like to go to.
Yeah.
Because Northwestern can't play games in their stadium this year because of all the renovations. Most of the games they played like on a practice field or something, but for a game like Ohio State, they're playing at Wrigley. Then they host Indiana, then that team up north. And then, yes, Ohio State will be playing in the Big Ten Championship on December 7th. So bank on that. So I was wondering about this. C.J. Stroud just had one of the most incredible rookie quarterback seasons in NFL history. We know Ohio State quarterbacks have not had a lot of success at the professional level. If, for whatever reason, I'm not going to wish injury. Let's just say today, C.J. Stroud said, you know what? I don't want to play football anymore, and decided not to play anymore in the NFL, retires. Would he be the greatest Ohio State quarterback in NFL history?
Yes.
No matter, like he's already like Mike Tomczak played in the league for a long time. Wasn't great, but he did go 42-31 as a starter, threw for over 16,000 yards, but he had more interceptions and touchdowns. After him, with those 73 games on his record, the next one closest to it was Kent Graham with 38. After that, you're looking at Justin Fields with 29 games, and his record's only 5-24 as a starter. Or he was 5. I'm not sure what it is now. Actually, I think he's 5-24 at one point. I think he's better than that now. But nonetheless, what I'm saying is, out of all those guys, though, Troy Smith only went 4-4, 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. But so you think, and Krenzel got a little bit of a run with the Bears. He went 3-2, but also didn't have great stats. So you would put C.J. Stroud right now, without another snap, the best quarterback in Ohio State history at the NFL level.
I mean, Tito. Yeah. This guy, he will be the best quarterback in Ohio State history. He's the highest drafted quarterback in Ohio State history. Yes.
Yeah, before this, it was Art Schleicher who went, I think, 4th overall to the Colts back in 82, had all the gambling issues. He went 0-6 as a quarterback for the Colts in 82 with 3 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That surprises me. It doesn't surprise that we would say Stroud's the best. It just surprises me the lack of success. Like, I really thought Troy Smith would be a good NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
I thought he would be. And if Cardale had gone out after the championships, after they won the championship, instead of coming back, there were a lot of people projecting him as a 1st or 2nd round pick. He might have been in a better situation than he was when he ended up staying for another year, and he got devalued a little bit in the draft because of that. But I don't know if he would have put up better numbers or put up more different numbers because of that. He only got, I believe, he got picked in the 4th round back in 2016. I always thought Dwayne Haskins would be better than he was. I think his was more situational than skill, right? Would you say that?
Yeah, that organization was in a bad place.
And I feel like Fields has gotten a raw end of the deal so far in his career with what the Bears did.
Mm-hmm.
But the Stroud thing, though, it's amazing to me how many people thought he was going to fall in the draft, and the impact he had, and every time he does, like every game he plays well this year, and we already know he's got the Christmas Day game we know about, where he's going to be the Texans we featured more this year in nationally televised games, getting Stephon Diggs and everything. But every time he does something great, God, it makes Carolina and Bryce Young look bad, doesn't it?
That's how it goes, man. I just think sometimes that the over scouting and
right,
it happens, and it's gonna happen in this quarterback class. All these quarterbacks that were taken, like somebody's gonna fall to the best situation. Somebody's gonna be in a great place, and they'll have more success than somebody drafted in front of them. It happens all the time. But, I mean, with Stroud, the Texans are already in play. I think how you win a Super Bowl, Tito, you win with young players early.
Right.
Like, older teams in the NFL don't really win, like, Super Bowls. Like, but if you can get a young team to play, like, if you can get guys on their rookie contract to play well early, you got a better shot at a Super Bowl because you get more time to develop team camaraderie, develop chemistry, and then you can kind of pace out who you want to pay and who you want to let go. Like when you think about the Chiefs, they won with Kelsey, mid-career, early on in his career, young Patrick Mahomes. And now you can kind of pace out, okay, like what are our pieces that really allowed us to win the Super Bowl? And it kind of was like, hey, we can probably find another Tyreek Hill. I think they finally replaced him this draft.
Yeah.
And then, you look at the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch was already there, but, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, Bobby Wagner, Cam Chancellor, those guys were all on their, like, rookie deals coming out of their, going into that next year where they got paid when they won the Super Bowl. I think they lost the NFC Championship, then they won
right,
and then they all got paid that next year. And so for the Texans, what they're building around CJ, I'm not saying they're going to win a Super Bowl, but they have a lot of young players on their rookie deals playing well early, and a rookie head coach that kind of has them in a great position to say, hey, like, if we just keep adding these small pieces in free agency. And then there's the one off, like the Sean McVay model. Like, he paid for that Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And it was like, if it didn't work out, that's when he got Matthew Stafford. He was gone, but that's rare.
Hitting on C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson Jr. in the draft. And then you've got Tank Dell and Nico Collins already there, and you add Diggs to that mix.
And then the running back, Pierce, was solid the year before that they drafted.
Pierce was good, and then you get Mixon in there now from Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
It is such a team on an upswing there. We'll find out their schedule again at 8 o'clock, because that'll be on the 1460 side. ESPN 1460 will be over there, but which I can't wait to see what their schedule is going to play out and how many primetime games the Texans are going to get, because they are so fun to watch. And for as much as I think Justin Fields got screwed by the Bears, it goes the complete opposite way with Stroud and the Texans, with the way they've set him up. Now, Caleb Williams walks into such a better situation than Justin Fields did in Chicago with the moves they made here in the offseason.
Oh, man.
I mean, God, I hope this isn't like the end of Fields as a starter. I know Russell Wilson's the projected starter right now, but I hope they give Fields a chance to compete. I think Fields, with stable coaching and better weapons around him, could be a damn good quarterback still in the NFL.
Absolutely. At some point in Pittsburgh, Tito, for your Steelers, you'll get to root for Justin Fields again, and he'll be a starter, and but man, that AFC North.
Oh, it's going to be brutal. Those teams are going to beat the hell out of each other in every conference game they have. It's going to be. You could still see 3 teams make the playoffs again, but there's going to be a lot of 10-7s in that division, I think.
I don't think there's a league better.
Nope, I don't think so either. I can't wait to watch those games. And again, we'll find out here in about half an hour or so what the schedule will look like coming up next. When will we know who is starting under center for Ohio State this year? We'll talk about that. This is the Buckeye Show. Tito DeVier and Bodie, 97.1 The Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine. imagine. My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Van Scoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store. You know, we do a segment on the show every week called Pressure, but that's about sports. What about the pressure your feet endure every day? I know mine did. When I went to the Good Feet store, I learned I was out of line. I joked, I already know that. They said, no, physically, my feet weren't being supported the right way. So when I went to the store on Polaris Parkway, they also have one on Stringtown Road, I took all the time I needed to walk around the store to see what felt and fit the best in my shoes. Once I had them in, my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store, my lower back pain went away. What a feeling. You need to get your free personalized fitting by one of their arch support specialists. For arch supports to be effective, they require a precision fit. That's why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. You like them? You can wear them home. You have nothing to lose but the pain. So go to goodfeet.com today or go in and try the Good Feet feeling. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief, all from the Good Feet store.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The best sports talk in the Big Ten lives right here. Now back to the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Buckeye Show, Tito DeVier and Bodie with you. Make sure you stick around. On the Money, the Wednesday edition. Up next, Scotty Vegas, Dave Biddle. They do a fantastic job on Wednesdays and Sundays. I assume it's Biddle, right? Is Biddle in with Scotty Vegas now? Okay, I saw Shake and Bake running around out there, Ryan Baker. So, obviously, we're getting, it's kind of a downtime right now as far as the college football talk goes, but wondering when we might get an idea of not only who Ohio State's quarterback is going to be this year, starting quarterback, but also that team up north. Both these teams that are, perennial favorites in the Big Ten have got quarterback questions coming into the season. And we already know Ohio State's kept all 5 quarterbacks through the transfer portal. Will Howard cannot transfer somewhere else and play now, so it's not like he could leave again and go somewhere. He's now locked into Ohio State. Do you expect Howard to be the starting quarterback, or do you think that like I remember the Cardale and JT Barrett year where Urban didn't announce a starting quarterback for the longest time, and they kind of went through the season. It seemed like it was kind of fractured as far as who really is the starter, the way he pulled guys in and out and stuff like that. I can't believe Ryan Day would be in favor of doing something like that this year.
No, and Herb has had sentiments about he regretted that decision. He had regrets about the way that year went, and I think Ryan Day, he does his homework. I think he might even feel like he might want to do things different than he did last year, right? And he has more guys to choose from. So I do think Will Howard gets the first nod.
Okay.
I just believe with Chip's offense, wanting to build it. Now, does Will Howard run away with it? That's up in the air for me. You know, I still believe, and I stand by what I said. I think he kind of got here. He came from Kansas State. You've heard interviews. You know, hey, this is Ohio State. I'm here. They actually paid me to come to Ohio State, 4 years ago as a freshman. I mean, these aren't his words, but these are me. This is what I'm saying.
Right.
4 years ago as a freshman, he's at Kansas State. Hell no, Ohio State wouldn't have paid him to come here.
No way. Yeah,
so it's kind of hard for him to believe the lights might be bright. I want Will Howard to shake that off, wash your face, come into practice focused, and take the job, man.
Yeah.
You've done this. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? Like, let it go. This is your 5th year. Go and take the job and go win a national championship. Or you're going to be yo-yoed back and forth between this plethora of guys behind you.
It's going to be fascinating to me to watch how this unfolds this year because, look, we fully expect the first 3 games are going to be blowouts, right? I mean, they should be blowouts against Western Michigan, Akron, and Marshall.
I'll be honest. I know they'll be shutouts.
There we go. Okay. But so there's plenty of opportunities in those games for more than one quarterback to get reps.
Yeah.
And I want to see how Ryan Day handles that because Ohio State get out to a big lead with Will Howard doing nothing, right? Like the defense comes in and it puts some short fields out there. The running game goes off. Will Howard, there's a chance in that first game he could be 6 for 9 for 84 yards and 1 touchdown. Ohio State's up by 35 points. Something like that could happen.
Yep.
And I'm curious at that point then if he would bring in Devin Brown. Knowing Devin Brown could put up much better stats, maybe, just depending on how the game flows. And I wouldn't want to have that. I don't want to have that quarterback controversy at all. Like, I wonder if you would keep, in that situation I just presented, if you keep Will Howard in the game longer because you don't want questions to be out there about, is he the starter?
Well, I'm going to reference the Cotton Bowl.
Okay.
And a lot of Ohio State fans, want to forget that.
Yeah.
But the thing about that game that sticks out to me is I just don't think that that Lincoln Kingholz was prepared to play.
Right. And Ryan Day admits that. He said he was not ready to be in that situation.
And it showed.
Yep.
The offense went back to high school.
Yep.
Install 1 through 3. And I think we'll never, ever have that regret again. He has to prepare the people behind the starter.
Yep.
We're facing the longest college football season in the history of college football. We're facing the most grueling schedule. This conference has expanded. There's new competition. I just think in those situations, Tito, that you're speaking about, you got to prep another guy. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to prepare somebody in case things happen with injuries.
Sure. Yeah. You don't want to see what happened last year at all.
Well, no, and that to me was about the only good thing that you can, the good lesson that you can take, taken away from the Cotton Bowl.
Right.
Like, if I'm going to take anything away, it's like, man, I should probably prep these up. These other guys should be prepped to play. And when we're up, maybe I shouldn't let guys just go crazy stat-wise. Maybe I should really get these guys behind them some reps.
Yeah. I think so. And that's part's going to be really interesting to me is to see how it goes down. Mm-hmm. At what point will Ryan Day pull the starting quarterback out, whoever it is, we all think it'd be Will Howard. But at what point, though, in these early games would he pull them out? And how many quarterbacks will get reps in these first 3 games before the Michigan State game, which will be their, the first, obviously the 4th game of the year for them. But how many will get reps, though, in those first 3 games? Do you think 3 quarterbacks get reps? Do you think there's a chance that one of the freshmen get in also? In those games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you should. I mean, there were games that I played in Ohio State in the beginning of the year. I think the game that I scored in, first time playing Youngstown State, we got up, just threw the freshmen in.
Right.
I want you guys to be prepared. And then by that time, just that happening in different games, I think we went to Michigan State early in that year, and I had to play that game. I had to start. I had to be one of the top 4. But those earlier games, people call it garbage time. I don't think it's garbage time. I think it's a great time to develop your guys. I think it's a great time to see what else I might have. Like, even in the playoffs, like, these games are so far out, you might see one thing that you haven't thought about spark.
Right.
Same thing with Ohio State. You might see one thing spark with Aaron Nolan. You might see one thing spark with Julian Saint. You might see one thing spark with Devin Brown. You might see one thing spark with something you haven't thought about in training camp that shows up on film that could potentially be something you reference back to when you have to later in the season.
I'm done with the being respectful of the opponent when you bring in, like, if you're blowing a team out. If you bring in Devin Brown or Keenholz or Sayin,
and you're not throwing that thing,
run your offense. Right. Don't just keep running the ball. Whatever your offense is going to be, run that same damn offense with these guys, because I want them to be, if you're going to prepare them that way, that's how you have to do it. You have to let them run the offense.
You can't, got to be no change.
Yes. And I know that means some teams are going to get blown out and get butthurt over it. Some teams are going to be like, why are you throwing the ball when you're up 42 points in the 4th quarter? That's why you're doing it, because I would just say Cotton Bowl. That's why Ohio State's doing it. I don't care how many you're up by.
You know what I would tell those teams? I'm paying these guys to kick your ass.
Yeah, stop me. Stop us. Stop us is what I would do. Yes.
They have to play. Yeah. If not, they're going to leave. Right. So they got to come out here and just rip your head off.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Fan's new YouTube channel. You can find us. Head to YouTube, search 97.1 The Fan. All the shows are on there live when they're on. And coming up after this, obviously with On the Money, the same thing. You can see the beautiful face of Scotty Vegas and Dave Biddle. And the producers get on the camera too or not, Bodie? You do? Oh, wow. So you can even see Bodie.
Oh, yeah. We're super fancy.
Yeah. So we're shake and bake when he's in here. So Ryan Baker, make sure you go and check all of that out. Coming up next, final segment of the show. We'll close things out with hashtag Buckeyes next. This is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Extreme Limo is proud to be Central Ohio's first choice for luxury transportation. Serving our community since 2006, Extreme Limo has a full range of luxury cars, limos, and party buses for every occasion. And now offering you the new officially licensed Ohio State bus. You can travel in scarlet and gray style to your next game, wedding, or special event. Celebrate life and stretch the limit. Call Extreme Limo at 614-483-3300 to book today or visit extremelimo.com. That's XTREME limo.com.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $2,165 per month per 1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
And now to the chopper for our traffic report.
There's a lot of traffic. It must be headed to Meijer for the Buy 5, Save $5 sale. Shop Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, Breyer's ice cream, and Coca-Cola or Pepsi 24 packs, plus deposit where applicable. All Buy 5, Save $5. Mix or match at Meijer.
Okay.
Deals so good, you've just got to talk about them. Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Since 1950, Sears Heating and Cooling has been your Central Ohio HVAC expert. Founded by Johnny Sears when gas was just 27 cents a gallon, we're still at the top of our game with thousands of perfect customer reviews. Let Sears Heating and Cooling ensure your AC unit is ready to battle the summer heat ahead. Schedule your AC maintenance today and spring new life into your existing AC unit. From UA to the Ville, enjoy the local pricing advantage of doing business with your neighbors at Sears. SearsHeatingCooling.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
All right, #Buckeyes time. Tito DeVier, Bodie with you on YouTube. Coming up after us here, top of the hour, on the money. I'm sure there'll be a lot of talk about the PGA Championship coming up. Also, the schedule reveal will be on ESPN 1460 for the NFL. The #Buckeye I saw, it's Buckeye-ish, I guess I would say that. But last night, this was from ESPN PR, but the Indiana Fever played the Connecticut Sun in the WNBA. And it was the most watched WNBA game ever on ESPN. Averaged 2.1 million viewers. Their peak was 2.3. Their doubleheader was up 192% over last year's regular season average. WNBA Countdown was up 126% over last year's average. Obviously, the Caitlin Clark game. I wanted to call it the Celeste Taylor game because she also plays for Indiana, but she did not get in the game. But still, former Buckeye. So you got to see her on the bench. But nonetheless, I thought that was pretty cool. And the other thing I was going to talk about was with the men's basketball program, and ESPN put this out as well. But the bracketology by Joe Lunardi, updated today, has yours and my Ohio State Buckeyes as a 6th seed right now, which would be wonderful. I think we would take that after the last couple of years missing the tournament. But he's got Ohio State in there as a 6th seed out west. According to this, they in the West region, but they'd play in Lexington, so it'd be a close drive for Buckeye fans if it turned out that way. But has them playing Boise State in the first round, whenever Auburn and Weber State in the second round. So we would take that, I think. What do you have for your Buckeye DeVier?
Ohio State defense assistant pass rush specialist Brandon Jordan is no longer with the program. So Tito, this is interesting to me because when we made this hire, I was like, to not be a position coach and
right.
to be a specialist, to work drill work and do things like that. The coaches got so much stuff on their plate. I really thought that this hire was interesting, and I thought it was some forward thinking involved of like, hey, we know in the offseason there's a lot more things on our plate with recruiting. There's a lot more things added to our job description with NIL for coaches. And to be as position specific as Tua Maloau, Mike Hall, these guys working on swim moves, two-gapping, things like that. We'll hire someone to work specifically with you guys.
Right.
And it just didn't happen. So
he wasn't here very long either, was he?
He was here in February.
Okay, so he wasn't here long at all.
Yeah, so
he was with Seattle with the Seahawks last year, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know if it just didn't work out, but it's very interesting.
I wonder what could have happened between February and now that would, because it doesn't. I don't think it says anything about taking another job. It's just,
well, maybe it was just he got hired for the off-season work.
Could be.
Yeah,
that could be. Yeah. Would you ever want to be a coach at Ohio State?
Who, me?
Yeah.
To coach one of the best teams in the country, to actually like prepare the guys to win and the pressure that they take. I just think right now in my life, I don't know if I could handle
like a wide receiver specialist coach or something like that. They bring you in.
I'm down for consulting.
You'll do that.
Yeah. I'm down for 1099.
I saw
if I can control the schedule.
Right. I saw Doug Gottlieb got hired as the head basketball coach at Wisconsin Green Bay.
Yeah.
Without any prior coaching experience. And he's still going to do his radio show, which surprises me. But I was trying to think about
what?
Yeah, he's still going to do it, I think. Yeah, while still the coaching Wisconsin Green Bay. And I wondered, would Ohio State ever hire a former player to be the head basketball coach with no coaching experience? And, because Chris Chen has coaching experience. You can't. I remember when everything went down with Holtman, there was people saying, well, try to hire Jim Jackson. And I don't think, first of all, I don't think Jimmy would do it anyway. But
he has a good game.
Yeah. Scooney's been not an official coach, but kind of he's been with the player development, things like that with Ohio State, and then doing stuff with the Memphis Grizzlies now. But I would think Scooney would make a good head coach. And I wonder if Ohio State would ever. But I just can't see Ohio State bringing a basketball coach without any prior big-time coaching experience.
Yeah, no, that's very rare. I mean, I couldn't see us doing that. And when you brought that up, it made me think about J.J. Redick. And his name is actually floating in this Lakers head coaching job. It's actually a name on the list.
He's considered the favorite now. Coach K is one of the consultants for the Lakers. Like, he's helping the Lakers with this. So you got to believe Redick's going to get the job.
Coach K. That's one of Coach K's favorites.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
you know what? I saw that and I didn't even put that together.
Yeah.
I didn't put the two together. But absolutely, it's fixed. It's a fix.
And LeBron loves Redick. They have the podcast together. They do.
Yeah.
But it seems bizarre to me that if you're LeBron and if winning is the most important thing, I don't know if bringing in a rookie coach is the right move. And you know LeBron's got a big say in it because LeBron also can opt out of his deal here a couple days after the NBA draft coming up. He's allowed to opt out at that point, and people are speculating, obviously, where Bronny goes, LeBron might go there. I don't think that's going to happen. But I've said all along, if LeBron really wants to win, opt out, go to San Antonio. Go play for Pop. He loves Pop. Pop loves him. And you could think if you brought LeBron in there, and say San Antonio even did draft Bronny, not that Bronny's going to be a difference maker necessarily, but if you put LeBron with Victor, and add another piece in free agency, that team could be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I like that. And I also like Bron and KD to Golden State.
Oh, yeah.
See if the old man can run it.
That'd be a lot of fun, too.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually work out that well. I mean, I remember the Lakers years ago brought in, they brought in Karl Malone, and they bring in Steve Nash or Gary Payton also.
Yeah, it was Gary Payton and Karl Malone.
Gary Payton, Karl Malone.
Yeah, it was right after Shaq left.
Yes, and that did not work out well at all.
No,
with those guys, Malone and Payton chasing the rings they wanted to win, but LeBron.
Gary Payton got one in Miami though.
I think you're probably right. He got one in Miami. Yes, yeah. Malone never got his though. But yeah, that was that team everyone thought was going to be great, and the super team and all that, win the title. Malone coming in as a veteran, and Peyton obviously as well, and that didn't go well. But I got to believe it'd be different though in Golden State if they did get one or both of those guys, either one of them, but
absolutely.
I'd love to see LeBron at Golden State with that team. I'd like to see LeBron win another title. I really would. I'd like to see he was at the Cavs game drinking wine and coffee or something at the same time, courtside there.
Looking people stressed.
Yes. People read into that too much, though. Like, there's no way. I can't see any way that LeBron would go back to Cleveland.
I thought it was reversed. You know what I thought?
What's that?
He was there giving his pitch to Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, to come to, we know Mitchell wants to get out of Cleveland. It sounds like he doesn't. He's not playing tonight either, I don't believe, for that the game where they get closed out. But that game also, Cavs-Celtics, with the Celtics with the 3-1 lead in that series. But make sure you stick around. Coming up next, we're going to have the On the Money show with Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas. Let's ask Jim Moore how we did tonight here in for Timmy and Tyvis.
And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion.
All right, stick around. On the Money's next right here on 97.1 The Fan.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC.